Hi everyone, as requested I'm making the video. So I'm going to go by product where I got them. So both these I got from Hobby Lobby online, so I'll be using the two chairs, and again I'll figure out what I'm going to do with the couch and coffee table later, and then the rug. From Dollar Tree I got the mini frames, so these are the 2x3 frames, and then the 8x10 frames. And I went with this 8x10 frame because it looks like wood, so it looks good on the outside. And not only that, it has a wider back so that when I'm gluing them together, it is better. I also got the presents from there that I'll be putting around the tree. So the tree, this ring and the angel I got from Michael's, and they were all 50 to 75% off because it's, they're getting rid of their Christmas stuff. I'll be using paper I also got from Michael's that looks like wood. So this will be on the walls. I haven't cut this one down. I cut this one down so I can print the poem out. And then on the bottom, okay, so let's go through here. So I also have these cardboard things. This will be the wall, so I'll have to cut them down to the size of the frame. And this will be the wall, and this is where the paper will go on. And then the top will go on one of the pieces of wood. I'll show that next. Where I'll put the fairy lights. Fairy lights I think I got them on eBay. They were really cheap on eBay. So this is the light that'll go on the ceiling so that you can see it. Contact paper I got from Amazon.com. That looks like a wood floor, so that'll be on the bottom piece of wood. What else do I have? So I've got the 8x10 and then the wood. So my husband, who is filming me right now, went and got a 4 foot by 12 inches piece of wood and had them cut it down to 12 by 12s. And for some reason, they were a little inaccurate with the cutting. So as you can see, one of the pieces of wood is bigger than the other. So this will be the bottom and this will be the top. That is the product. And then I have my painter's tape. And then I have my white duct tape, which I'll duct tape the lights to on the top of one of these. And then my ever-loving glue gun. And then, what are these called? Pliers?
Yes.
Pliers, and that'll get rid of on the back of these, because you're going to glue the glass to, that'll get rid of these. So those are the products I'll be using, plus my staple gun to staple the top part where the lights are to the piece of wood. I think that's it. So we've gone through all the products that I'll be using. So we will be right back and we'll start the project. Okay, so I've taken the back off the frame. It doesn't have to be pretty because this back will be glued to one of the walls. So as you can see, the picture is bigger than the frame. So what I did was take the glass and framed in, and this is a picture of my mom when she was younger. And then I just take my X-Acto cutting knife. This is just and then I cut the picture down. I'll do the same thing with my dad, but I'm just going to demo the one with my mom for this purpose. So hopefully that'll work. Okay, it looks like I'm going to have to go through and cut a little deeper, forgetting that the photo paper is thicker than normal paper. So dig deeper so I can get down in there. Yeah, and these are Walmart. So I took the 8x10 and I got it down to, these are the wallet size, and then I got 5x7s for the family. So my siblings. So that is what we'll do with this. We'll put this back in, put her picture in, put the back in. And voila, there's the one picture for her. And we'll be back with the next step. So as you can see, I've got them out right now, those ones out. So this is the final one, and I'm just going to show you the process that I did. So I take off the back, and that gets tossed because again, you're going to be gluing the glass to, watch me break this, to the frame. So I'll show you what I did with taking out the little backs here, because I didn't want them showing. So I got my needle nose plier, bend it forward, pull it out. So it's, some of these are hard, some of these are easy. So that's what I do with taking these things out. So I'm just glad my husband has this little tool because it is very helpful when it comes to crafting. Yeah, I bought a lot of tools to do some crafting, so. Okay, and then we'll be right back and I'll show you what I did to glue it in. So we're back and I'm going to show you what I did to get the glass in. So I take my glue gun. This is a nice one because you plug it in and it charges and you unplug it so it's cordless. And when the two green lights are on, you know it's ready to go. So I just put a little bit around the frame. And you can get the little spider webs, is what I like to call them, off when you get the glass in. So you do know there's going to be that. So I take the glass and you put it in like this, and then you press it down on the edges. And then you let this dry while you're doing the rest of them. So they should be good to go after that, so I can start working on the walls. So we'll be back after I get the rest of these. So here's the longer piece of wood that I got cut at Lowe's, or my husband did. And then I'm going to cut it so that the top part of it will look like hardwood in a house. So I'm cutting it bigger so it wraps all the way around so it covers the whole piece of wood. Yes, I could have stained the wood, but I'm not a big stain person, so I love my contact paper. So here we go. Now I cut, let's get this even. So in order for it to get rid of this, I have to cut down so that when it flaps over without getting caught in this extra here. So you do the corners like this. And I suppose I could use that small piece too. You know, us crafters, we need any excuse to keep our leftover stuff, don't we? Okay, so we'll be right back and I'll show you how I put the contact paper. I'm gonna go down and so there isn't any air bubbles. And the nice thing is about this contact paper is it is pretty forgiving when you do stuff like I just did. And it makes it easier to lift back up to make sure all air bubbles are gone. So we'll continue to do this and we'll be right back. We're back. So I'm going to cut the two pieces of backing that will be covered with the paper. So I got two of these cardboard, and again, you're going to have to take the X-Acto knife and you're going to have to dig deep because this is I think 2 M's or 1.5 M's deep. So it needs to be cut. So it goes through. I'll just take the X-Acto knife and go down again. put it back on and get the bottom piece. Make sure that's even. So, should have turned it around first. And it's even. And again, X-Acto knife deep in. And if anyone's questioning what this table is, this is the quilter's table from I believe it was Michael's. It was either Michael's or Joanne, and it was on sale. I couldn't pass it up. It was like $100 off. So it makes a great surface, and cutting these things on a quilting table is awesome. Okay, so then the next step, we'll be back and I'll show you what I did. And we're back. So I'm going to take I cut this down to the size again, so just like the cardboard. So now I'm just taking the tape, two-sided tape, scrapbooking tape, and taping the back of the wood paper. This is the difficult part, trying to get it to be even on the cardboard. So this one will be the one that will have my parents' pictures on the wall, and then this one will have the Christmas in Heaven poem. And right here, like I said, is where the Christmas tree will go when I get this onto the final paper. So we'll be right back after I get all this done, and then we'll assemble the walls onto two of the frames, and then we'll start framing it. Hey everyone, okay, so I'm gonna put this on to one of the frames, and then I'll frame up the other one too. But I just put a lot of glue, and you have to do this quickly because you know this glue does dry or get hard really fast. So that's why I'm trying to get it done quick here. So again, this is going to be a test of whether I can do this lined up appropriately so that it is even across all of it. So, and down we go. So that's one of the inside walls. Again, this is where the chairs will go and the pictures of my parents. So I'm going to do the other one, and then we'll come back and I'll show you how I assemble these. So I'm going to staple the white cardboard because this is where the light, the fairy light is going to go on top of. So I'm going to staple this down in the corners. I needed something a little more stable than just cardboard because I'm going to be putting on top the angel and then the cardinal thing that I made, and the frame that says cardinals appear when angels are near. So that will go on top of that. So I needed something a little more stable. So that's why there's wood. Okay, so the next step I'm going to do is start to put these frames together. So I'll start with these two. So what you're going to do is glue. I get my glue gun on. And I got to wait for it to turn green. So we'll suggest that you have glue sticks on hand because this project does use a lot of glue. So you just glue the one side down. I gotta get the glue stick down so that it hits the trigger. Okay, this is gonna be a pain, obviously. There we go. Okay, so you're gonna glue down the one side. And then you're gonna stick the two pieces together. There's a better way of doing this. Someone can tell me. So I'm gonna glue This is going to go down together like this. Okay, and this is where your blue painter tape will come in handy here. So as you can see, they're glued together. So then I put 3 strips of painter's tape on the corners like this so that they stick together. And then they stay together for the next 24 hours. So this is going to be finished tomorrow. And we'll show you the rest of it. Then it will be seamless though. My husband will figure out a way of saying 24 hours later. So I will finish up putting all the walls, and we'll show you that when it's done. I did a little foodware on this. Just make sure you do it correctly. This one should have been on the outside. As you can see, it's not. I should have glued on these and then put the frame on. So it's a little trapezoidal, as my husband puts it. So it's a little off, but still it looks good. So for 24 hours, this will stay like this with the tape on it. And then we will finish it off tomorrow. So we'll put the frames on, we'll put the furniture, we'll put the floor on, we'll put it on the floor, and then we'll put all the stuff in here. And then we'll put the fairy lights on here, and then put it on top. The fairy lights, you have to make sure it stays within the frame, inside of the frame. That's a little tricky, but it's fun. So that is that. And like I said, on top of this, I'll have the cardinal thing I did, and I'll show the final piece. The cardinal, to let you know, the cardinal was my mother's bird. So it is a memory to my mother, and my father loved them too. So that's why I went with cardinals for another project for my siblings and I. And then this project I did one for my sister and now myself. So thanks for tuning in, and we'll see you guys tomorrow. Hey, we're back. Yes, I'm wearing the same sweatshirt. It's cold in my house, so I need to stay warm. So I already put the lights on the top, and you can see I did an outline of the top of the box, and so that I could get the lights within the frame so that they all are inside the box. So now we're going to go to the box. So what I'm going to do is quickly put glue. As my glue gun. Get another glue stick in there right away. And glue around so they can stick it on the bottom frame, or the wood base here. So again, you got to do it pretty quick because of the fact that the glue does dry quickly. So I'll fix everything up once I get the glue on. Make sure that the second glue stick that I put in there is actually working. So now comes the part where I try to get it down so it is even. Well, it's a little off, but it'll work. Okay, so now that's on the base. You're gonna try and get all of the spider webs from the from the glue gun on. Okay, so now we're gonna start placing the stuff in. So I did both my parents' pictures, and then again, glue gun on the back so that I can place it on the wall. So here's how I eyeball it. Mom's going first, and you put it on the wall. Do the same thing with my dad's picture. And place it Again, I'm eyeballing it to make to see if it comes out even. I'm surprised at some of my eyeballing being actually accurate. Okay, so this set came with pillows, so I glued the pillows on already. So now I'm just gonna put glue on the bottom of the chairs on the little knobs. And again, there. So this one's gonna go in this corner. Okay, so it's placed in the corner. Same thing on this one. And again, I'll get all of the spider webs off before and that one goes in this corner. So, there we go. I can already feel spider webs. Next is going to be my tree. So I'm going to put the tree down. I'm probably going to need another glue stick shortly. And this goes into the corner here. So just push it down into the corner so it stays. Ready?
Yeah.
Okay, so there's a front and a back, so you're going to glue on the back the rug. So that's the next that'll be placed. Okay. Again, I'll get rid of all of that. So this is going to be interesting to get down. So then the rug is in. Okay, and then the next will be the table. Again, at the bottom of the table. And I've got like tons of spider webs here going. And this goes into this corner here. That's where I placed it because it couldn't fit between these two. So I placed that little table there. Next, we'll add the presents around the tree. So I got 5, and the reason for the 5 is because there was 5 of us kids. So they all represent the kids. They're children. Why is this not going down yet? There we go. And then one. Okay, so that is what goes inside. So as you can see, it's all ready for this to go on top. So I need to make sure that I go, because this was trapezoidal, so I need to make sure that I put it on the right way. Okay. So that'll go on top like that. So I'm going to put the glue down. I need to make sure. So I'll put the glue down. Again, like you did the bottom. Glue. Glue. Looks like I got spider web right there. Get rid of that. Yeah, it's kind of boring, isn't it? Watching me do the glue gun. Okay, so again, I'm going to try and get it on so all the lights stay within the frame. So I'm going to turn this around and you'll see what it looks like. So now the blue tape comes off. So it's all ready. Okay, so now next is I did glue on for my sisters, so I'm going to do the same thing. I'm going to place some glue around so that it can stay on the top of, because this is where I'm going to place the other stuff. Because this is like a really weird, just to make sure. So, and then the next thing I'm going to put on top is these other item that I made, me and my siblings. So cardinals, again, were my parents' favorite birds. So that'll go on top inside here. And it looks like the light died. Okay, so we'll add another one. So that goes there. And then I made a frame that has cardinals appear when angels are near. So I made that frame, and that will go next to that. I won't glue that one down either, and then the angel goes behind. This will always be here, so I can turn it on and off, make it easier. But that is my project, so thanks for watching. And thanks for all of the love that you gave me on the project I made for my sister. And we will talk to everyone later. Thanks.